Excuse me if I get this name wrong, Sogofatso. The question is, if stigmas around mathematics are removed at an early age, it helps students to learn to their best of their ability because they all believe they can do maths. What about older students? Because older students have an influence on the younger ones, and if the older students can overcome the stigmas, then they would be able to positively impact the younger ones. Okay, and then after that, a short question: what do you do with kids with dyscalculia?
Absolutely, both excellent comments, and I do agree. The mindset of math is passed down culturally through older siblings, for example. So I think that that's a great point that was made there. And secondly, what do you do with kids who have dyscalculia? I often tell my kids that you have to be able to see the answer. So that's not just helpful to students with dyscalculia, but to students in general. So if they can see the answer to a problem, it helps them make a lot more sense. And I'll give you an example here. Pardon me as I keep switching back to my document camera. I use it constantly in class. So one of my students came to me with my former students came to me with a question, and he couldn't figure out 1/2 divided by 1/8. So he could do I reminded him about what the procedure was. So you multiply by the reciprocal. So here we can simplify. That's 1 and 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 1 equals 1. Simplify that. The answer is 4. So we went through the steps, and he got the correct answer to this problem. And I asked him, do you know what that means? And he looked at it and said, I know how to get the answer, but I have no clue what it means. So I said, why don't we take a look at the model? So there's 1/2. There's the 1/8. And you have to be able to see the answer. And I'm looking at that model of 1/8, 1/2 and 1/8. And I don't see how that's a 4. So I suggested, why don't you pick up the pieces and start making them fit? So he picks them up. You start counting 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And it's at that moment that he goes, oh, I get it. It's the 4 means 4 times. This fits into this 4 times. So I had him actually write the sentence instead of just doing the calculations. Write the sentence and it'll make a whole lot more sense to you. 1/8 fits into 1/2 4 times. And that is why you need to know your times tables, because we learn it, we use it constantly. So I think having students see the answers to problems will help students not just with dyscalculia, but students in general.